Hello, my beautiful friends. Today is the beginning of August, and I really wanted to make another video about the beautiful transition of seasons we are experiencing right now. So, the 1st of August marks the beginning of a season that it's taking 6 or 7 weeks, and it's the season that lies in between summer and autumn. Again, it has many names. You could name them Lúnasa, you could call it Lammas. There's many different names for it, and again, I'm not here to tell you how to live your life, which traditions are the correct ones, which name is the correct one, where it originates, right? Because we have been celebrating this particular starting date of this particular season all throughout Western and Northern Europe, all in the Eastern Europe as well, has been celebrated in many places with many traditions. But like usual, there are many things that are the same. We are working with the same energy, we're just coming to it from different angles, but generally the energy we are working with is a little bit the same. So let me tell you how I'm experiencing it, how I feel it is, especially in the part of Europe I am living, on the west coast of Norway here, and also maybe how I tend to celebrate, or how I tend to, what energy I tend to work with in this period of the year, because it is my absolute favorite. This period of the year, these 6 or 7 weeks, from in the middle between the Midsummer and the Autumn Equinox until the Autumn Equinox, this is my favorite, all-time favorite period of the year, and I'm so happy we have arrived once again in this beautiful time of our yearly cycle. So this period of the year, it starts off with the date of the 1st of August, although some people also celebrate on the exact astronomical midpoint between Midsummer and the Autumn Equinox, which lies very close to the 7th of August. Some people celebrate between the 1st and the 7th, whereas the weekend, so the 3rd of the 4th. We are the 4th of August, for example, we are on Sunday. It's also the new moon on the 4th. That's a beautiful day to celebrate it, I think. And then some people also celebrate it on the first related full moon, which will be on the 14th of August, right? Now, the astronomical midpoint, the 7th of August around, is also around the 8th of August, where we have this beautiful lion's gate. And isn't that interesting? So we have all these dates lining up now, announcing the beginning of this season. And the first thing I notice is how different it feels. We are still summer, we are still very much summer, but how different it feels from the midsummer energy, right? So we are coming from a period of the year where the energy feels very driven. It's very alive, it's very goal-oriented, it's a lot, it's very outer, it's very extrovert. So the midsummer is the most extrovert at the outer point. The energy is most outer in the whole year. And coming around to this end of this midsummer period, the energy is in nature and also within ourselves is very much relaxing. I feel it's calming down. I feel maybe time is even feeling a little bit slower. It's like everything is settling down. It's like this feeling you get when you're working really hard towards a particular goal, and it was difficult and it was stressful, and you have reached that goal, and then the feeling you get this, oh, finally I can relax now, right? And also in nature, it's the first harvest. Scandinavia and Norway, the berries are ripe. It's berry season, berry harvest, and it's like nature is telling you, look what I've done. I have reached my goal. And therefore it is also, because in midsummer we were the sun was at its highest, the lightest days. And now we are 6 weeks further than midsummer, the sun is dying. This is, for me, I really love this phrase of, it's a season of the dying sun. The sun is dying. Or you could even, in some traditions I know, they are even celebrating the death of the sun. And I really feel it's because obviously when you're in northern Norway, the more northern you go on the hemisphere, the more clearly you will feel the sun cycle. And coming to Lúnasa right now, where we are at the beginning of this period before the autumn equinox, it really feels like the sun is saying goodbye to us. And we are really, really grateful for the sun. And it's also a little bit bittersweet because it also represents this feeling of you only know what you have when it's going away. So it's this extreme gratefulness and this it's this sadness, but this is sadness intertwined with this very, very gratefulness and this calming down and this relaxing and this accepting into yourself. So I really feel there's many, many goddesses and gods you could relate to on the spirit of the year, and also depending on where you live and where your tradition lies. But for me personally, I really relate and I really feel closest to Sunna or Sol, the representation, the goddess of the sun. And she is going away and she's taking away the light with her. And she has daughters, and they are running in the land, and their footprints, they will make all the colors of the sunset on the land, and she's going away with the sunset. The season of the dying sun is one beautiful way to describe the season, but I could also call it the season of the returning sunsets, especially here in Northern Europe. It's the season where the sunsets are returning and leaving these beautiful colors again at an hour that you are still awake. The sun is going down at 10 o'clock right now here, and so you're still awake for these beautiful colors of sunset, and the timing will go down and down, so the sunset comes earlier and earlier and earlier. So it's the returning sunsets. It is also the season of the returning stars, because once again it gets dark. The beginning of August is the first time I notice here where I live. I notice it's getting dark again. I wake up in the middle of the night and it's actually dark, and you can see the stars again. I was listening to a song earlier, and the song was called The Way of the Stars. We are the wanderers walking the paths of the stars. And it's when you're coming back to this realization, you're coming back home. It's a season of homecoming as well. It's a season of homesickness. It is a season of coming home to your heart, coming home to yourself. It's this returning cycle into yourself, and you're again realizing when it gets dark again, when the sunset is returning, I am walking the way of the stars. And it's so beautiful. For me, it's so, so beautiful. It's just coming home to yourself. So I really feel closest to the goddess of the sun, the Sunna or Sol. And it's to her I really love to make an offering when I celebrate it. I also made a little offering on the 1st, and today we are the 4th, we are the new moon, and I probably will just repeat it's very, very simple. You will just take something that is homemade, preferably with the harvest. So in Northern Norway, again, this is berries. So just pick some berries that are ripe, maybe in your garden, maybe something that you have planted yourself, harvest it, and either just take the berries itself as an offering, or make something with it, I don't know, a berry cake or a bread with the berries, and offer this. Just leave it in nature, say a small prayer, say a thank you. And the berry I love to work with is the solbær, which is in English is the black currant, and if you translate the Norwegian word for it directly into English, it will translate to the berry of the sun, or sun's berry. And it's also ripe right at the beginning of August, which is, for me, it's beautiful. So I love to use this one, but you can of course use whatever you like where you are living in your part of the world. So it's all these elements. It's the season of beautiful names for this season, and it's also the season of the returning wind. So the air element is increasing. We have been in the fire elements, and the fire element started really on Beltaine, going all the way to Midsummer, and now we are returning. Is the air element is increasing again. So you're getting this cold mountain wind, or this cold wind from oversea, and this cold wind coming from over the ice, or the cold wind coming from in the night. And it's the first time you notice there's this chill on the wind. It smells a little bit different. It is carrying this fresh, cold, it's very airy, and it's the element that's increasing again. So it's really the time to start taking care of yourself. It's now that we are starting to take care of ourselves. If we are waiting until the autumn equinox, we are basically a little bit too late. Then we are doing then we're just controlling the situation again. Right now is the moment you can look at it beforehand and you can prepare beforehand, because now it's when the air element is just increasing and you can catch it. So it's beautiful for me to try and catch this element. And then the last thing I really like to work with is again the number 8. If you were watching my Midsummer video, I was talking about how the number 8 is related to Midsummer, because it's the doubling of the 4. And the 4, you know, numerology is so interesting. I try to make it very short, but number 8 is, with the Midsummer, it's coming when you double the 4 of the heart, right? You're making the circle up from the heart, you're making the circle down. It's the eternal loop heading in the heart center. It's also the complementarity of the 6, and the 6 is the month of June. So number 8 is really special on the Midsummer. It's the number of magic, it's the number of manifestation, it's the number of eternity, it's the number of many things. And it comes back in the month of August, now at the beginning of this beautiful season of the returning sunset, season of the returning stars, season of coming home. And the number 8 is the 8th month of August. So the number 8 gets really strong for a little bit of different reasons. We are looking at the number 8 for a little bit of a different angle here. And then we have very close to the astronomical midpoint between Midsummer and Autumn Equinox. We have this 8, the 8th of August, which lies almost on the astronomical midpoint. So it's double 8 again. And it started in Midsummer with being this, the momentum was building up, you could say. And now we are really working with the magic and the manifestation. This is the prime month for manifestation. This is the prime month to set goals. And it might be a little bit a surprise, because when we think of setting goals, we're thinking maybe of midwinter or the beginning of February. And this is very true. We are looking at manifestation in different angles. But right here, we are catching it. It's like this cold wind. We are just catching it. Because now is, like I said already 5 times in this video, is the season of coming home. You are called back to yourself. And it is now that we are starting to determine, it's now that the pieces of the puzzle start to fall into place on what is going to happen in the winter half year. So it's now that we are starting to determine what deep inner work, which cycle, which things are we going to work through in the dark, which then again itself can sprout into a new seed and come to life the next time it gets spring and going into the Midsummer. So it is really now that we can really work deeply. So, but at the same time, we are working with a lot of gratefulness, right? So my suggestion is that you take a look in your life, and there's many ways of being grateful. You can be grateful for things in the past, you can be grateful for things in the future, but right now, I challenge you, try to be grateful for things that are right now in your life, at this present moment. Be grateful for things you have right now. And then reevaluate your life. Reevaluate how do you want your life to be on an everyday basis? How you want to experience this life? And then work with this. And then turn this into your manifestation seed that you are going to give. You're going to offer it to the dying sun. Take it away with her so she can bring it back to you in the springtime. It is so beautiful. It is so beautiful this season. It's very, very poetic, and I feel it very, very deep. I know every single soul on earth has its favorite moment of the year, or this perfect moment that they feel really deep. Now for me, it is this moment. It's this beginning of August until the autumn equinox. I don't know what happens, but you are called home. You are so homesick, and you're being called home, and it is so beautiful. It is so beautiful. Then I'm going to end this video here. I'm going to keep it, don't make it too long anymore. So I wish you a very, very nice day. I wish you a beautiful season, and we will talk again soon. Bye.